Massive layoffs at Patreon security team. And a lot of people ask me, well, V, isn't security the most important thing at Patreon? And the answer is no, that would be the censorship team. Because that's why people sign up for Patreon. So that Patreon can puppeteer and control what you say and what you think. It's getting quite bad. I know a couple of artists who have Patreon accounts, and Patreon gets to dictate what they can draw, where they can put their drawing. Not all artists go through this, by the way, but usually the ones that are more proeminent, the ones that are more large, they have to deal with a lot of nonsense from Patreon. Also, podcasters, as you know, with Sargat of Akkad, like posting stuff outside of Patreon can get you in trouble. Horrible company. If you'd like to support me, I would recommend Subscribestar, and it's quite bewildering why more artists don't use that website. I guess like the problem is once you have a significant number on one of these websites, it's very difficult to transition. But anyway, I digress. Regarding the security team layoff, I'm pretty sure they're now outsourcing it. This is happening because of the recession. Now, I understand that the U.S. government changed the definition of recession. However, you get to see that not only Patreon laid off its security team, but Facebook also laid off one of its censorship teams. And if you go on eBay, you will find a lot of servers almost in pristine condition. Why? Because a lot of IT companies are selling their stuff and they're trying to get some money back. You see, what's happening, and this was to be expected, one of the first sectors to be affected by recession is the IT sector. Because the IT sector, what does it do? Well, it creates apps. And where do the apps go? Well, they go attached to some real economic human activity. Right? Like someone drives a car. Well, then the app comes and tells it where to pick up food and where to deliver it to other people, or where to pick up people and where to drive them off, right? You need the app tied to something concrete in the real world. But the problem is when things in the real world stop working, like when people stop investing money, like people stop using Uber, people stop using other things because they don't feel financially secure, well, what happens is that all of that eventually goes towards the IT sector. And I gotta say, I mean, this is due to the fact that they wanted us to stay home and stay safe. Like I've been saying that during 2020, to most of my IT friends who could work from home, and they were one of the most staunch advocates, telling other people to stay home and stay safe, people who were desperate because their jobs were getting shut down and they didn't know how to put food on the table. And those were also the people that were screaming at other citizens that if they go out, they're going to end up killing grandma. Now, I told the ones in Romania, I don't know if the people working at IT from other countries were the same, but at least the ones in Romania, they were the most outspoken and more in favor of the lockdowns than everyone else. And I told them, like, there's going to be a bill to pay for all of this nonsense. And it's probably going to come in 2022 or 2021. And it started in 2021, and now you guys get to see the actual results. It's definitely going to get worse. Obviously, it's not just the lockdowns, it's also the inflation when the government decides to print money like crazy. Or, well, according to the Democrats, I guess, Putin managed to sneak himself into the Federal Reserve and started printing money. But nevertheless, printing money does make people feel unsafe. And when people feel unsafe, they decide to not spend as much. And we're going to see more of these downsizing. While, of course, the government and the economists say that everything is fine and everything is good, you're going to see more and more companies doing these types of layoffs that seem to come out of nowhere. And this is why, because the companies are getting ready for the recession. The one using the previous definition, not the current one, you know. But anyway, right, let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you in the comment section. Take care.